Today I'm going to be showing you how to open a zip file on Windows. I'll be working with Windows 10. If you happen to be using an older version of Windows, this should still work for you, although it might look slightly different on your end. Now, first off, we need to get to the location in which our zip file is located. I downloaded a zip file off of the internet, so my zip file should be located in my Downloads folder. So provided you downloaded your zip file, that's where yours will be located. Otherwise, you'll just simply have to go to wherever it's stored on your end. So there are a few different ways that we can get to the Downloads folder. I like to keep a quick little icon to the File Explorer, just so I can navigate through my computer easier. But we're going to get to it a different way. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this little Windows icon here on the taskbar. And once that pops up, we're just going to go Downloads. And it should bring up its best match, which should be your Downloads folder. Now that we're here, you should notice your zip file in your Downloads folder. The icon should be a folder with a zipper on it. Now, the way to open it is we're going to right-click on it. And we're going to go to Extract All. And now with this window, it's basically going to ask you what you want your folder to be named when it extracts. Normally I just like to leave it default, which is the same name as the previous file. And this little checkbox here basically means it'll open up a window when it's done to show you all the files after they've been extracted. If we're going to be working with the files anyway, I'll just leave this checked. So that being said, we're going to click Extract Next. And now it's going to start to extract these files. Now, depending on the size of the file, it may take a bit of time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fast forward a little bit to the end when it's done extracting. So, as you can see, our zip file has finished extracting, and now we have access to all of our files. So if we go back into the Downloads folder, we'll see that next to our zip folder, we have the extracted folder. And it's a little bit bigger than our zipped folder, because when we zip a folder, we compress it, or any file for that matter, compress it. So imagine like taking a bunch of books and putting them into a box to make them easier to move. So let's go back into here. And yeah, we have access to all of our files here, so hopefully that should help you if you're having any issues extracting or opening zip files on your computer. Alright, now we're going to go through opening a zip file on Mac. So what we're going to do is same as before with Windows, we're going to go to the location with which our zip file is stored. For me, it's also going to be the Downloads folder, and that's relatively easy to get to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Finder, which is kind of like the Windows Explorer. So we're just going to go down and click here on this Finder icon, and that should bring up your Recents folder. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to select Downloads. Now we're going to be working with a relatively smaller zip file. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to our lyrics.docx.zip. And we're just going to right-click on it, and we're going to go to Open with Archive Utility. Now, Archive Utility is Apple's built-in program that allows us to uncompress and compress files. So what we're going to do is we're just going to left-click on Archive Utility, and it should start to extract. Now, as you can see, that was pretty fast. Because this is a rather small file, you'll probably notice that with larger files, it'll take a little bit more time. So that is it. You should now be able to successfully extract zip files on either Windows or Mac.